So I just, Sarah, my question for you was, like as a new writer, script writer myself, I was just wondering what the beginning process of selling a script is like, and what if you could break down a little bit of the first few steps that you go through.
hmm the first several things that you write, you're building up your inventory. And it's going to serve to help get you representation, and it's going to serve as samples that are going to get you into every kind of room. And so I think that each thing you write, you optimistically hope that it's so undeniable people actually want to make it, but you actually hold like a little bit of optimistic realism, which is, this is going to get me work. One way or the other, this is going to get me work. It's going to showcase me in some way. So it's nice when you're writing your first, call it like 6 or 7 scripts, to sort of pick a bunch of stuff you like. If you love fantasy, write one of those, and then write one that's sort of based on personal experience, funnier, more serious. Like, I like to sort of carpet bomb and then see what I want to write more of. To answer your question about the steps of selling, if you write something incredible and people want to buy it, that's very much about conversations between just you and your reps, and it's going to just be a technical conversation. Most stuff that gets sold, especially in television, is sold on pitch. And that is about like figuring out what the show is, doing whatever private work you need to do, and then sort of taking meeting after meeting that sets up who is the sort of like entity that wants to make this show. Because you might first go to what's called a pod, like Greg Berlanti is the pod that made you. And they're going to help strengthen the pitch and their relationship, and frankly, how much they cost the studio, all the millions of dollars they're being paid to kind of, that's an incentive for them to buy stuff, right? So it's what's going to end up happening is you're going to rehearse and then pitch about 1,000 times. And I will say, the show that I sold this year, I take walks every day with my dog. So I put my headphones on, I go for an hour-long walk, and I pretend I'm on the phone the whole time, rehearsing the pitch. So I have actually never been so rehearsed for a pitch as I was for this one, because I had said it over and over again for about 3 weeks before I got on the Zoom and presented it to the executives.
Wow, that's a great piece of advice. And, you know, we're doing Farragut North. There's one of the lines is, you don't change a stump speech because a political candidate, you've got to iron out those creases. You've got to make sure it's bulletproof. And again, very similar in that, I mean, even with your pedigree, even with the enormous success you've had, the work ethic, the fact that you're going for hour-long walks and making sure, I want to make this bulletproof, I want to make it impossible to say no to me, is a great incentive that I think for actors and the writers, something that we should remember.